I was wrong. I was wrong about the idea of buying gear. I thought I had to have an expensive camera to start a YouTube channel. I saw a lot of big YouTubers like Peter McKinnon or Mati Haporia's content, and I was like, that's my idea of what a YouTuber is / should be to get views and growth. So in this video, I want to talk about how being hung up on gear actually stopped me from starting a YouTube channel. I would have started my YouTube channel way earlier than I have now. And also, I want to talk about how being too hung up on gear put me in a situation where I spent so much money on gear that I just really didn't need to start a YouTube channel. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. The perfectionism trap. So that's where cameras like the DJI Osmo Nano and cameras like the DJI Action 6 come into play, because there was like a time where I was like, man, I just need to have like the best camera out there. It definitely put me in a situation where I was just like, I gotta have like these high-end cameras that kind of do the autofocus or whatever just to get into the YouTube game. But the cool thing about cameras like the DJI Osmo Nano and the Action 6, and not specifically just these cameras, but other action cameras, the barrier to entry is so low, you're not really compromising on footage. So I think we get too hung up on gear and trying to get the biggest or the best quality footage, when sometimes some of these like action cameras, you could get really good footage out of them. I actually found this camera and it was collecting dust, and I was like, oh, you know what, let me start playing around with this camera, and I mean, I have fun making these videos, but I feel like sometimes the passion or just like the oomph kind of died down a little bit. But I think finding this little power shot camera and taking it to some of my favorite spots, taking pictures with it, just kind of having fun with it, has kind of like sparked a little bit of that creative interest to kind of motivate me to go out there and kind of create. I also like the fact that it's got like, you can take pictures and you can take video, and some of the footage kind of like spices up my videos. I can kind of implement some of my footage into my videos just to give it a little bit of a nostalgic feel. Ease of use, I don't have to worry about color grading or editing the pictures in Lightroom or anything like that. I think sometimes we often forget simplicity is just the way to go. Brings me to my second point, complicating the process. More gear just means you gotta worry about like checking the settings, keeping track of the gear that you have, and all these complications. Like right now, all I have is this bag, and in this bag I got my Sony a7 IV. I got a couple filters for the Nano, and that's pretty much it. I got the phone, I got my iPhone right here, and I have the PowerShot, the Canon PowerShot right here. So just light work, not too complicated as far as gear goes. So there was actually a time when I was interested in getting the FX6. Now, if anybody knows the FX6, it's a big camera, and it would have definitely been a mistake if I got the FX6, because even though it's a capable camera and I would justify getting the camera with the intention to like probably like, hey, I could book gigs and get paid gigs, it was very expensive, and ended up getting into debt to get the camera. And then the camera is very heavy, so I would have found myself in a situation where I can't even shoot content because it becomes like a whole production just to go out and shoot. Now with cameras like a power shot like this one right here, the Nano, I think this is really where size matters. And I think these cameras are allowing creative people to go out there and be creative, especially for me, and not have to deal with a lot of hustle as far as worrying about gear and just overcomplicating the process. I think a linear perspective shot would be great here. So I found out there's a little quirk with this camera. It kind of struggles with like autofocusing, but like when you shut it on and off, you're able to like get it to focus for a little bit, then it kind of like starts hunting while focusing. So I think it's part of just like the fun of it, figuring out like little workarounds for a camera like this that's got so much limitations. Yeah, so gotta having fun taking pictures with this camera. The one thing I'm also noticing is, I'm not sure if it's just the lens is kind of like dirty or whatever, but this camera autofocus is not great, especially in video mode. When taking pictures, the autofocus is pretty good, but video mode, the autofocus is pretty shaky. But I think that's just like one of those quirky things that I I don't think it's something I would knock from the camera. I think you're still able to get like pretty unique, interesting kind of like nostalgic footage with a camera like this. Force priorities, right? So viewers often don't really care too much about the gear you're using. Viewers are just more focused on kind of like the quality of the story and whatever you're putting into the video. So I think you might put a priority on like, okay, let me make sure I have the best gear, let me make sure I have this, that, and the third, but you find yourself just like being misguided. I think people can tell like if you're just like letting your gear do the heavy lifting instead of just focusing on the creative aspect of things and focusing on just giving out good stories, good quality content. When I started doing photography, my first camera was a Nikon D3200, and I can tell you right now, it made me a better photographer. Like, I don't think I would be as good of a photographer if I had like a mirrorless camera, like a Sony right out the gate. I think working with a camera like that, where it's kind of like equivalent to driving like stick shift, I think kind of just made me more creative, and I wouldn't have learned half of the stuff I learned doing photography if I never had that camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and try just a macro shot just to see how the pictures come out and just to see how the quality looks with this camera. So I'm gonna calm down here and try to get close up of some of these little grass right here. Ooh, wow, that actually came out pretty good. Actually came out half decent. I feel like I need to find some flowers and try this again, but I'm not seeing any flowers anywhere close out here. All right, so I'm gonna quickly grab another shot using the Canon power shot of this like view right here. This is a very like nice view. I'm not sure if the Nano is doing it justice, but this is like a dope view right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a portrait and I'll do a landscape. Let's see, do a landscape here. Nice, pretty good. Having fun taking pics with this camera for sure. Kind of working. Try the zoom in function on this in video mode. It's got pretty good zoom on it. Oh wow. So lastly, upgrade mindset. So just the idea of like thinking you start like whether it be a YouTube channel or you start like working on a project once you get better gear. And for me personally, I've wanted to start a YouTube channel since 2016. I've had this, I just had my YouTube kind of like account dormant since 2013. So, but in the back of my head, I was always like, I want to start, but you know, the quality ain't good enough. Like just kind of going back full circle to what I was saying, like I was kind of like looking at other people's work and measuring myself up against like some of these creators and YouTubers who are like way ahead of me. And where I feel like I was like, okay, you know, I can't start my channel. And I had friends like when I lived in New York back in 2018, I was super close to starting my channel, but same thing. I was just kind of like, yeah, I probably need to get a mirrorless camera, autofocus. I was thinking about all these things, and I think just the mentality of being stuck in the gear trap of like, you need better gear, you need this, you need that, really stopped me from starting a YouTube channel. So I often wonder how far I would have gone with YouTube if I started earlier on. I think coming full circle, some of these smaller cameras like the Nano, which I'm recording with right now, some of these like action cameras, they existed, but for some reason I just never really thought they were an option until now, I guess. The key takeaway from, and the one thing I want people to take away from this video is just like, don't get too hung up on gear. Don't get too hung up on and I'm still guilty of it too, because the Pocket 4 is out now, and I found myself looking it up and thinking, hey, should I get it? I really don't need it. If I was to get it, I probably would just be getting it for content to review the camera, but technically I don't really need the camera. But I'm gonna wrap up this video and I'm gonna just say this, last words. Yeah, don't get caught up in the gear trap. Don't get caught up in like wait until you get the best gear. If you're looking to start a YouTube channel, just go ahead, start, and don't be like me. Do better. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.